Hey coaches, it's Emma here. I'm a two-time elite coach, and today I want to talk to you about the power of your story. The cool thing about this is that it's the one thing that no one can argue with you about. If you're sore from doing size and you can poop now on a regular basis because of Shakeology, nobody can go, nope, that didn't happen to you. No, they can't argue it, right? It's yours, so you got to own it. And it's the one thing that's going to set you apart from all 300,000 other coaches in the marketplace and make people want to work with you. And so at first, I really hid behind Beachbody products and their labels and was way more comfortable standing behind those and saying, these are amazing, use these. And what I learned was people can buy those anywhere, right? So why would they want to work with you? Well, they want to work with you because they love you and they trust you, because people want to know, do you love me? Can I trust you? And can you help me? So we're going to talk about how do you do that as a new coach or a coach that's been in the business a while. Maybe you're needed some more traction to take off, and how to share your story so you're not like verbally diarrheaing all over everybody. That's the worst. So do not go and tell your whole life story in one Facebook post. Don't do that. You want to do breadcrumbs along the way, which is telling different parts about who you are. You have to think of it as like a conversation with a friend. You wouldn't just sit down with a friend and be like, let me tell you everything today. And, just ramble on and on. In fact, in our marketplace with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever you're using to grow your business, you have to earn the right for people to pause longer than 7 seconds on your post. That's a fact, actually. So in order for them to want to read on to what you're saying, they have to have a connection with you and feel like you get them and that you're going to add value to them. So let's talk about this just a little bit. The first thing that you've got to think about is, how can I build connective tissue or bridges between me and them? Andrea Crowder was the one that used the term connective tissue, and I love that. So there's a little quote that says, the purpose of life is to discover your gifts. The meaning of life is to give your gift away. And so you might have had things that happened in your childhood or things you've learned along the way that you're keeping all inside to yourself. And that's not going to help anyone. And when you became a coach, you signed up to help people. So in order to help people, you have to open your mouth. You need to share a little bit about you. And it's scary at times. So just start with the things you feel a little bit more comfortable about and then build up from there. So for example, I came from a broken home. My parents fought like cats and dogs growing up, and eventually split when I was 11, and that was a good thing. My mom took off, and I ended up moving in with my dad. At times, we were broke, like living on welfare and shopping at a thrift store for my school clothes. And I made a decision that I was going to be the opposite, and I threw myself into my schoolwork, and I did everything right. I was on the captain of the cheer squad and choir, key club. And just really an annoying overachiever. I even went out for the track team just so I could have another pin, badge, whatever, another picture in the yearbook, just so I could say, I did that too, because I was trying to find my way. And eventually went on a full ride scholarship to college and got to the point where I threw up my hands in the air and said, I'm just sick of trying. So I'm going to go do my own thing. And I dropped out of college and started traveling around the world. Eventually that led me to getting pregnant when I wasn't married and choosing an adoption plan for my son. And I ended up bankrupt, homeless, lost my job, got fired, lost my car, and everything within like 2 months. And I had hit rock bottom. And slowly had to start building up from there. So I tell this story and you're probably thinking, wow, oh my gosh, that's a lot to confess. And it's not a confessional. So I don't tell that whole chunk of my story in one post. I do bits and pieces at a time, because if somebody's come from a broken home, then they're like, my parents were divorced. You understand me? Or maybe they experienced a deep loss and they understand the loss of a child or the loss of somebody they really love, and they get that from me. Or maybe they struggled with depression, and I get that because I struggle with depression. I actually have bipolar depression, and that took me a long time to say out loud. But I'm okay with it now because it's helping me to heal by sharing, because then I'm surrounding myself with people that understand me. They understand the struggles I'm going through. And then they have that healing too, because they're seeing, oh, wow, I'm not alone. And so it's just amazing. Or maybe you've been on government assistance, or maybe you've stood in line like I did when I was a new mommy to my daughter, and I wrote a check for groceries and they declined it. And then I wrote another one at a different store about a week later and they declined it. And I had to put the groceries back, and we didn't have anything to feed our kids with. And we lived on free popcorn and coffee for about a week. And for us, and then we ended up trading or selling things to get money for my daughter. So maybe you've been there. Maybe you've had hard knocks. Maybe you've, had that pit in your stomach every time payday rolled around because it wasn't enough money. And you're thinking about that and you're going, oh my gosh, I've been there. And now we get each other. And now you trust me a little bit more. You trust me a lot more than if I just post my abs online, right? So there are some happy things too in my life. So I want to talk about those. So some things that I'm really into, I love the beach. So, the beach is my jam. Everybody knows that. And I get tagged in pictures all the time about being a beach girl. And I love that. People know that about me. I love shoes. If I could, I would wear pretty shoes and yoga pants every day, even though they don't match. But I love shoes. They make me feel so pretty. And I'm a mommy, and I love being the adventure mommy. That's who I am. I like to get outside and get dirty with my kids and play and get sweaty and hike and bike and go to the beach and go to the ocean and chase them at the park. And so active mommies like that. They get me. They're like, yes, I don't want to sit on the side. I want to play. And so I play. I love food and to go out to eat. And I love chocolate. And anything with chocolate, avocado, or peanut butter. Ooh, that would probably be a good combination. We'll get back to that. But those things I get tagged in all the time now because I'm constantly sharing about how I'm obsessed with avocado, peanut butter, and chocolate. So I'm a stepmom. And that's super awesome to be a stepmom because it's different than being a mom, at least for me. And you get to connect with people that aren't necessarily blood related, but then they become just as important to you as family. And so maybe you have that too. Maybe you love somebody that much, a godchild, a stepkid. I don't know. Maybe you adopted a kid and we can connect on that. I'm a military spouse and I retired my husband. So I connect with people that are in the military or their husbands are away a lot or they're trying to retire their spouse. So as I shared those little things, I'm sure that along the way you were like, yeah, we're like this, right? But I didn't mention one thing about Beachbody. Not one. So what this does, by building this connective tissue, it allows me now to also share the part of my story where I am working out to stay happy and fit and to fight depression and to keep my baby weight off and to allow me to chase after my children. And then I can share parts of the business because it's given me the opportunity to get out of debt and to retire my husband. And so I can share those little glimpses of my life. And then that might inspire you to do the same thing. So when you're creating a post, you have to start with what happened, how did you feel, and where are you going? And every time you share something, you need to be your own hero in your story. So don't just share something to get empathy or sympathy, like this day sucks. Motherhood sucks. No, that's not inspiring. How are you overcoming that? What happened? Like, what is the happily ever after? Or maybe it's not happily ever after yet, but maybe you went through something tough, but you're getting back up and you're going to keep going. Because people want coaches that they're not having to take care of. They won't feel that you can take care of them if you're not able to take care of yourself. They want to see consistency in your life that, yes, life is up, down, high, low. Sometimes we're on top of the mountain. Sometimes we're in the valley. But how do you keep climbing? And how do you keep coming back? They want someone like that to lead them forward, right? They don't come to you because they want another gal pal or whatever. If you're a guy, whatever guys do. Go to the bar and get a beer. I don't know. Play video games. They're not coming to you because they want to come and complain. And, or maybe they need somebody to complain to, but they need to talk to somebody that's going to help them to move to the next step. So just think about that. Are you being your own hero of your story? Are you being consistent and showing up all the time on social media and like, you know, playing the reality show that is your life. Some people aren't going to get it, and that's okay. But you have so much significance to offer, and I want you to remember that your story is special and it's inspiring. And think about the person that you were watching before you became a coach. And the thing is I shared this at Super Saturday, we all have this light inside of us. And how we fuel our flame and help it to grow brighter and brighter and brighter is by doing the things that we know are going to keep us going towards our goals, diving into personal development, taking care of our health, doing the things that make us laugh and smile and happy. And then that'll radiate and you'll feel inspired and you're going to want to share. I promise you, the more you live your life out loud, the bigger your flame is going to grow. The more you hide behind a computer and complain about things and think about why it's not fair that so-and-so has this and this, you're going to dim your little candle and your posts are going to reflect that. You'll probably hide and not post anything, right? But people aren't going to want to work with you because you post a 21-day fix ad. I promise you that. It's not about that. It's about who you are. And so allow your candle to burn so bright, because what's cool about a candle is the rays extend and extend until something blocks it, right? But nobody's blocking it on social media. In fact, your friends, when they feel inspired, are going to want to share it. So I'm just going to wrap this up with a quote I shared this weekend, and I really loved it, so I'm going to share it with you too. But you can probably hear my kids yelling in the background. See, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Okay, believe. The start to a better world is our belief that it's possible. You got to believe in your dreams. Believe in today. Believe that you are loved. Believe that you can make a difference. Believe that we can build a better world. Believe when others might not. Believe there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Can you be someone's light at the end of the tunnel? Yes, you can, because you have experience to show that you are an overcomer. You're still here fighting the good fight. So you are the light. How cool is that? You are so much better today than you were yesterday. Do you believe that? You got it. Okay. Believe that you're the light for someone else. Believe that the best is yet to be. Believe in each other. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you, and I do believe in you. Your challenge today, boop, boop, boop. I want you to make a list of 20 things that are pieces of your story. I mean, I gave you probably 10 of mine. I have so much more to go. We could talk all day, but I won't. And then start thinking about how you can share different pieces of your story, the things that you haven't shared yet, in a way that's funny, inspiring, silly, engaging, just a way to connect so you find your tribe of people that are like you, things that are nothing related to Beachbody. And I challenge you to share your list with us on the page in the comments. And then I want to know what in the next week, 3 times that you're going to be sharing little pieces of your story, and which pieces are you going to share? Okay. So for example, I list my 20, then I'm like, okay, so something I haven't shared in a long time is about like a new chocolate recipe, a healthy chocolate recipe. So I'll share that. Also, we just moved into a new house, and so I'll share a DIY project that I'm doing right now. I'm building a guinea pig cage. Heaven help me. And and then I am having friends over this week to host a barbecue, and I love food, so we're gonna talk all about the menu that I'm gonna prepare for that. See, don't you want to come hang out with me now? Just kidding. All right, y'all, have a great day.